Hey Tony, have you come up with any ideas for what to get your awesome parents for this Christmas?
Well, I'm trying my best, but there's still like 2 whole months until Christmas. But I promise I'll make the time to find the gifts that are both meaningful and fitting for both of you. No need to worry about it.
Wow, you never fail to disappoint, do you? Every year you make these empty promises and let me and your dad down. Remember that diamond necklace you gave me last year? It was so tacky and outdated. If anyone caught me wearing that fashion disaster, it'd be a lifetime of embarrassment. So I did myself a favor and sold it for some quick cash. At least I made something useful out of your terrible taste.
Wait, what? You actually sold it? Oh my gosh, how much did you manage to get for it?
A couple of measly $100. Can you believe it? Wow. What a generous gift. Giving your dear mother a fake diamond necklace worth just a few $100s? Are you kidding me? Do you honestly think your highly self-esteemed mom would be satisfied with such cheap crap? Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable.
Wait a second. You sold my diamond necklace for just a few $100? Hold on, Mom. That necklace I bought is actually worth $2,000. I even have the certificate to prove its authenticity.
Oh wow, look who's complaining now. Frankly, I couldn't care less about your opinion. All I know is the necklace was hideous, cheap, and totally out of style. Serious talk here? You should have put more effort into finding something decent. Stop being such a disappointment. And get me something that's actually valuable, okay?
But Mom, you have to understand that Christmas isn't just about gifts, you know? It's about family coming together and spending quality time with each other. That's what really matters and what makes the holiday special.
Wow, look at you, Mr. Lance. Do you honestly think I'm still some naive little kid who believes in the so-called magic of Christmas or that nonsense about Santa Claus? Give me a break. Nowadays, Christmas is all about money and showing off your social status. It's just an excuse for us to flaunt how much cash we've ranked in. And how successful we are. That's why the poor rats out there barely get to have any Christmas at all. They're too busy slaving away for us rich folks. Ha ha ha.
Mom, I have to say, that's not a healthy way to look at things. Anyway, I actually have something important at work that requires my attention. So I'll have to end our conversation here. Catch you later, Mom.
Hold on, Tony. How dare you just walk away from your own mother like that? You haven't even answered my question yet. What exactly are you planning to give me? And your dad as gifts this Christmas? I demand an answer.
I actually did answer your question, Mom. I said I'll think about it later because honestly, I haven't come up with anything yet. I promise I'll give it some serious thought.
Well, to save you the trouble of thinking. Your brilliant mom has already come up with a fantastic idea. I know you'll like it once you hear it.
You did? What is it, Mom? Can you please tell me about your idea?
Oh, you won't believe the amazing idea your dad and I have come up with. We've decided that for this Christmas, you should gift us a brand new house. I know, it's just brilliant, right? You can thank me later for my exceptional planning skills.
Wait, what? A new house? Are you being serious right now?
Of course, I'm speaking nothing but the truth. Seriously, have you ever bothered to take a good look at our current house? It's cramped, uncomfortable, and utterly pathetic. It's just a plain old apartment with zero luxury amenities or decent furniture. Even if we were to splurge on top-notch furnishings, it would still be a laughable sight. Why? Because the place itself is ancient, tiny, and downright hideous.
But I actually think our house looks perfectly fine. It's fully furnished and provides us with comfort and functionality. We have enough rooms for everyone. And the location is convenient for my work too.
Say no more, Tony. Our house just doesn't cut it for me. Especially when I compare it to my friends' fancy mansions. Can you even imagine the embarrassment I have to endure when they see where we live? And look at our family. We've got you, me, and your dad, but then there's your deadweight sister, who's well into her 30s and still lounging around the house, contributing absolutely nothing. It would honestly be a blessing if she could just get married and get the hell out of here. But it looks like she's going to be a permanent fixture. Lucky us.
How could you say something like that about my sister? She's honestly the sweetest person on earth, you know.
Yeah, right, except for the fact that she's just a total freeloader who spends all her time making some dumb songs that nobody even bothers listening to. Gosh, it's like a never-ending loop of pointlessness. Anyway, forget about that. Listen up. I've actually stumbled upon this amazing new house for us to move into. Picture this, a gorgeous mansion sitting on prime real estate in our city. It's actually not that pricey for real. Believe it or not. It's only going for a cool $1 million. You've got the cash to make it happen, don't you? So let's go for it and grab this beauty. It's a no-brainer, really.
Wait, hold up. Are you seriously kidding me? Let's get real. I don't have $1 million lying around to buy some fancy mansion. What's going on in your head?
Hey, come on now, quit trying to keep your massive fortune a secret from good old mom and dad. We're not clueless. You know. We're well aware what's been going on. Didn't you get that awesome promotion to vice director a few months back? So let's cut the bull and be real. Saying you don't have enough money to buy a house would be a total lie, wouldn't it? You're sitting pretty financially. It's time to own up to it.
Listen, Mom. You better believe when I say I don't have enough money to afford a pricey property like that. I'm still in the process of saving up. But it'll take quite a while before I have enough for $1 million house.
Fine then, forget it. We don't need any gifts for Christmas anymore. Honestly, if you can't even handle the simple task of getting me a brand new mansion, then I don't want you as my child anymore. Don't even bother calling me your mother from now on, got it? What a pathetic disappointment you turned out to be.
2 hours later.
Hey, Tony. So, word on the street is that you had the audacity to completely reject your mom's one and only Christmas wish? You're just so darn unbelievable, you know that? Have you got any clue how much your mom's been bawling her eyes out since she walked through that door? Seriously? Her peepers are all bloodshot and puffy. What's your grand plan to fix this mess, huh? 'Cause let me tell you, this disaster is all on you.
Dad, what are you talking about? Do you even know what Mom wished for Christmas? She actually wished for a ridiculously expensive $1 million mansion. Do you honestly think I'm capable of fulfilling that wish?
Oh, I don't give a damn about your choices. But you better bend over backward to give your precious mommy what she wants. She's your sacred mother. The one and only who apparently risked her life to bring you into this world. The person who defied all odds to raise you to this point. And yet, you dare to deny her? How dare you, you ungrateful little brat?
If you're so worked up about Mom not getting her precious dream house, why don't you step up and give it to her yourself? Why is it always me that you and Mom rely on to put the bill for everything?
What? Are you seriously expecting me to do that? I've raised you my entire life and now it's my turn to quit back. Relax and enjoy the rewards of my hard work. I'm way past my prime working years, so don't even think about trying to force an old man like me to work. It's completely illegal, you know. I didn't know that working at the age of 55 is actually illegal.
Let's face it, Dad. You're not even that old.
Stop trying to divert the subject. If you don't give your mom her precious dream house, I'll gladly kick your sorry excuse of a sister out of this house. I'm dead serious, Tony. When I say something, I damn well mean it.
But Dad, she's your own daughter. How could you even contemplate doing something so despicable to your own flesh and blood? That's just pure cruelty.
I couldn't care less. I only keep what benefits me. You make money and provide it to me so you can stick around. Meanwhile, your worthless sister has been nothing but an antisocial deadbeat for years now. I'm sick and tired of having to see her face around here. So if you don't buy your mom what she wants, I swear, I'll kick her out of this house for good.
But Dad, you can't do that and I won't let you. Sindra is staying here with us and that's final. Who do you think you are, a boss around your own father and dictate what I should do? In this house, I'm the oldest and that means my voice carries the most weight. If I say your sister needs to leave, she's going to leave. No ifs and or buts about it.
Hey Tony, you won't believe the crazy drama then went down. Your sister, Sindra, went completely berserk on me. She started acting like a maniac, pushing me around. And then stormed out of the house swearing she'll never come back. Honestly, my heart is still racing from that wild encounter with your sister. I've been saying it all along. Sindra is a dangerous deadweight. We should have kicked her out of the house ages ago.
Wait, what? Did Sindra really do all that? Did she explain why she acted that way towards you?
No surprises there. She cursed at me, complaining that her house is too small and cramped for her, and that she couldn't find enough space or peace and quiet to focus on her music. So unless we buy a new bigger house, Sindra has made it clear she won't be coming back home.
Huh? Did she say that directly to you? Because I've never heard her say anything like that to me before.
Well, now you're finally aware of it. So get off your lazy backside and do something. And do it fast. Or Sindra will vanish into thin air and never return. Given her unstable mentality, I don't even want to imagine the kind of insane things she might pull off.
Listen, this whole situation feels a bit off to me. So let me just talk to her, alright? Don't worry, I'll handle it and make sure everything turns out fine.
Oh, what's the point of talking about it? What you should be doing right now is rushing to buy a bigger house for all of us. Remember, it's all your fault that Elena stormed out of our house on the day of Christmas Eve. So you better pull your act together and make things right.
3 hours later.
Hey, Sindra. Where are you? It's Christmas Eve today. And everyone is wondering why you're not here to celebrate with the rest of the family.
Tony, why are you texting me?
I'm getting a bit worried, so I wanted to check in on you. I tried calling the other number, but you didn't answer. Is everything okay? Why did you suddenly leave our house like that? I'm just trying to understand what's going on.
Wait, no. What are you saying? I didn't leave our house at all. Mom and Dad tricked me into doing it.
What? Mom and Dad tricked you? But that's not what Mom told me at all. She said you made the decision to leave because you felt the house was too small for you and that you didn't fit in anymore.
What? No, I never said anything like that. It's Mom and Dad who did all of this. They told me they had a surprise Christmas gift for me and asked me to get in the car with them. But instead, they drove me to some remote and unfamiliar place, abandoned me there and said I wasn't allowed to celebrate Christmas with you and the rest of our family. They called me a freeloader and said I don't deserve to live with you guys.
What? Did they really say those things to you? How could they possibly do something so cruel? This is absolutely unbelievable.
No, Tony, it's okay. They're probably right anyway. I feel pretty useless myself. I haven't contributed any money to the family's income for almost a year now.
I'm telling you. What Mom and Dad told you is simply not true. They were just trying to guilt trip you, manipulate you into feeling bad. And why couldn't I reach you on your other phone number? Don't tell me they messed with your phone as well.
Yeah, they took my phone and smashed it. They said I'm not allowed to contact you or any of our family members because I'm not worthy of being part of this family. They also told me that all I've been doing is creating wordless songs but can't even sell.
How could Mom and Dad stoop so low? This is completely unacceptable. Thankfully, they didn't realize that you still have the other phone with you, right? Phew. Sandra, please tell me, where are you now? I need to know you're safe.
But why do you care about that? I thought you were just like Mom and Dad, wanting a freeloader and loser like me to vanish from your life too. They told me that you hated me and wish I would disappear.
What? I never said such a thing.
Our parents told me that they had a family meeting with you, and you all agreed to kick me out of the house.
What? No way. You know I would never agree to something like that. You're my sister and I would never leave you behind. We're family and we always stick together no matter what.
Really? When I heard that you supposedly agreed to kick me out of the house, I was really sad. I thought you were just pretending to be nice to me all this time. And deep down you actually hated me. Tony, be honest with me. Do you think it's time for me to give up on my dream as a songwriter?
Sandra, please don't say that. You made a courageous decision to quit your job and pursue your dream. That takes a lot of bravery. Plus, you still have that part-time job, right? That shows you're still working and contributing. It's just not true when our parents call you a freeloader.
But all the money I earned from that job goes into funding my songmaking, which essentially makes me financially worthless to our family. It's almost been a year and I haven't received any contracts or collaboration opportunities. The songs I've uploaded online haven't garnered much attention either. I'm feeling really down and hopeless. Maybe I should just give in and quit, like Mom and Dad suggested, and find a regular full-time job to settle down.
Look, sis, remember when you tried to fit in with ordinary jobs? You gave so many different jobs a shot, but none of them felt right for you. Your true passion lies in songwriting, and you're genuinely talented at it. Maybe your songs haven't reached the right audience yet, or they've simply been overlooked. But don't worry, tonight at the Christmas Eve dinner, I have a big surprise for you, so please, come and join us.
I don't know, Tony. It's evident that our parents don't want me there. And I fear they'll be furious if I show up.
Don't worry, Sindra. I've got this. I'll make things right for you. As your brother, I'll always be here for you, no matter what. I promise you, after today, our parents will never nag at you again. You have my word, Sindra.
Oh, okay then. If you say so.
But Sindra, where are you right now? Can I come and pick you up?
Honestly, I don't even know where I am right now. Mom and Dad drove me here and then suddenly they pushed me out of their car, closed the door and drove away, leaving me all alone in the middle of nowhere.
Sindra, please listen to me. Can you share your location with me? I'll come to pick you up right away. Just hold on tight, okay?
Okay, I'll try to do my best. Thank you for helping, Tony. You've always been the best brother I could ask for.
The next day.
Tony, seriously? What the hell happened yesterday? How on earth did your sister manage to show up at the Christmas Eve dinner at her house last night? It's just beyond belief. I mean, it's freaking impossible.
What's so surprising? She's my sister and your daughter. Of course she needed to be a part of our family Christmas Eve dinner. That's what Christmas is all about, right? Spending quality time together with our loved ones and enjoying each other's company.
But wait, how is that even possible? Remember what I told you yesterday? Sindra stormed out of the house, swearing she'd never come back. So how on earth did she have such a sudden change of heart? And more importantly, how did she even manage to make it back home?
Hey, is it true that Sindra decided to leave the house herself? Or was it you and Dad who planned everything?
What? What do you mean by that, Tony? I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Hey, enough with the pretending, Mom. Sindra spilled the beans to me. She said you and Dad pulled a sneaky move on her. You made her think you were taking her to buy a Christmas gift. But instead, you took her to some deserted spot, kicked her out of the car, and left her stranded. Am I right?
But how did you find out all of that? I clearly remember that
you destroyed her phone, right? Are you seriously that desperate to erase her from your life? How could you even consider doing something so awful to your daughter?
Did Sindra feed you all that nonsense? Don't buy into it. She's just spouting a bunch of crap. Maybe all those years of lounging around the house have messed with her head and turned her into a total nutcase. You know, you can't trust someone like her, right?
Nah, Mom. Sindra is completely fine. The ones I can't trust are you and Dad. Why did you try to kick my sister to the curb? Just because you wanted to guilt-trip me into buying that fancy mansion for you? That's straight-up selfishness, I'm telling you.
No, you've got it all wrong, Tony. It's not what you're imagining at all right? Sindra was straight up lying to you. She's a sly muser, and you know it. I'm your mom, so you gotta trust me, not her.
It's pretty hilarious how you always label Sindra as a freeloader, when in reality, it's you and Dad who haven't had jobs and have been relying solely on my income for all these years. Anyways, Sindra is about to blow up as a famous songwriter and musician, and she's got the potential to rake in even more cash than I do. So good luck getting stuck in the past. But the rest of us are moving forward, and you should too.
Huh? What the heck are you blabbering about? How in the world could your lazy sister ever become famous? That's some make-believe stuff, not something that actually happens in real life. No way.
Well, let me refresh your memory, Mom. Remember the man who joined us for Christmas dinner yesterday with the whole family? Yeah, he's one of my friends. And guess what? He's actually the director of one of the hottest music publishing companies out there right now. The guy lives solo, so he was happy that I invited him over to our house for dinner.
So what? What's the connection with your freeloading sister, Sindra? Are you trying to change the subject, or what?
Here's the deal. I played a few songs that Sindra made for him, and he's absolutely blown away by them. He sees incredible potential in Sindra's music, which is why he made a solid promise to promote her songs. They even went ahead and signed a contract together, with plans to collaborate on creating an album out of Hell and his tracks.
Oh, big whoop. That doesn't mean she's gonna hit a big. You're just feeding her a load of false hope. I bet she's gonna flop spectacularly, just like she always has. I can't wait until the day she falls flat on her face.
Well, we'll see about that.
Look, I couldn't care less about your petty excuses. All I want is my freaking mansion, and I want it now. And let me make this crystal clear. If you dare to stand in my way, I'll kick your precious sister out on the street without batting an eye. Don't even think about pushing me to my limits, because you won't like what happens next.
Don't worry about it. Actually, Sindra and I will be moving out soon anyways, so you and Dad can have this house all to yourselves. Enjoy it.
What? You're moving out? But why?
I've been doing some serious thinking, and I've made up my mind about something. It's probably best for Sindra and me to move out, and escape from all the toxic vibes that you and Dad bring into our lives. By the way, I've already gone ahead and bought a high-rise condo. It's not as extravagant as a fancy mansion, but I'm pretty confident it'll still provide me and Sindra with a comfortable life.
What? You have the audacity to sneakily buy a new house, without even bothering to inform me, and then have the nerve to shoot down my request for that $1 million mansion? Unbelievable. Do you even recognize me as your mom anymore? And now, thanks to your selfishness, your dad and I are going to be trapped in this decrepit, stinky house, while you and your sister get to bask in the glory of a brand new, luxurious high-rise condo. How in the world do you justify that as remotely fair to yourself?
You know what? I actually consider the possibility of letting you and Dad move in with me and Sindra in the new condo. But that was before I discovered just how deceitful and manipulative you truly are. You deliberately drove Sindra to some remote location, destroyed her phone, and abandoned her there to fend for herself. And all of this just to manipulate me into buying that fancy mansion for you? That's beyond messed up, Mom. Do you even grasp the consequences of your reckless actions? Sindra could face serious trouble because of what you did.
Oh, come on. In the end, nothing bad happened to her, right? So what's with all the drama? It's just not fair that you make me and your dad, the ones who sacrifice so much to raise you, live in this decrepit dump? Fine. I can manage without getting to live in some fancy mansion. But at the very least, your dad and I deserve to live in that high-rise condo you just bought. It's the least you could do to repay me for all the years I spent raising you.
And why should I? You never contributed anything to the family's income. And yet you always expect expensive things that you can't even afford on your own. I'm sick and tired of both you and Dad making these outrageous demands. I've had enough. I'm leaving and I have no intention of ever coming back.
How can you be so heartless to your own flesh and blood? Tony, you've got to know that your dad and I love you more than you. Anything, right? Like, it's an undeniable fact.
Oh, it's love, is it? Or is it just my money you are after? Well, newsflash, Mom. I won't be sending you any more monthly allowances. So now it's your turn to figure out how to become financially independent. Because I won't be around to bail you out anymore. Time to step up your game.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Now you're gonna cut me off financially as well? How dare you?
That's right, Mom. So go ahead and enjoy your new life without me or my sister around to bother you. By the way, I've got some important stuff to take care of in my new house, so I gotta run. The moving company will swing by your house later to help pack up mine and Helma's things. So no need for you to stress about that. Catch you later.
No, you can't do this to me. I'm your mother, for crying out loud. Show a little respect to your dear old mom and come back right now. I demand that you come back, Tony. Your mama is seriously upset right now. Tony, can you hear me? How dare you ignore your mama like this?
When the film crew arrived at our former residence to assist with my packing, my parents reacted explosively, physically assaulting them and hindering the job at hand. The severity of the situation prompted the film company to promptly involve the police, reporting the assault. Consequently, my parents found themselves compelled to use their savings to compensate the employees for the damages. Struggling without employment or a pension, my parents turned to my sister for aid. Regrettably, she disregarded their pleas and eventually blocked their number to avoid further disturbance. My father, in an effort to cope with the circumstances, secured a job, although his earnings only cover their day-to-day expenses. Considering my mother's personality, it wouldn't be surprising if she continually nags him for not earning more. After establishing herself in her career, my sister found an incredible partner and entered into matrimony. Although bidding farewell was challenging, I am genuinely delighted that she has discovered happiness in her life, settling into the home she acquired with her husband. Despite each of us leading separate lives, we remain in contact, providing support to one another during times of adversity. This trip is gonna be good. I can't wait.
A trip? What do you mean? Like, a day trip?
Nah, longer than a day trip.
Well, there's no way I can go. Did you forget that the baby is due this month? It's only a few more weeks until the due date.
How can I forget? All I see is that massive stomach every day. You look like a whale. This trip isn't with you. I would have told you about that if that were the case. This is a trip for me. You know, with the baby coming and everything, I won't have many chances to get away. I've got to take the chance while I can and get away for a little while, for my sanity.
A little while? How long are you actually planning on going? And who are you going with? Friends? Or by yourself?
Is that really important? I'll go and come back, that's all you need to know.
Wait, so you won't tell me who you're going with?
Who I'm going with doesn't really concern you because you won't be coming on the trip. If you were coming, I would fill you in on all the details, but in this situation you should definitely just take it easy at home. I'll go off on a short trip, come back, and the baby will probably be due. The timing will be perfect, I bet.
Jimmy, the due date is 7 days away, but it's not unheard of for the baby to come early. What if the baby comes early and you're not here? Also, with the heavy snow lately, there's no way I can get to the hospital without you. I really think you should reconsider this trip or whatever you're calling it.
What's the chance of that happening? Like, 1%? There's no way it's coming early. Besides, you'll be able to figure it out, you're a big girl.
Why would you say something like that? Honestly, if I really get stranded, I'm going to have to take a taxi.
Don't take a taxi. You know how expensive those are? We're not made of money, you know. Just get your friend to drive you.
This is crazy. Honestly, why are you going on a trip so close to the baby's birth?
I've been planning this trip for a while, Elise. It's something I've been really looking forward to. The timing now is the best it could be. Like I said, it's gonna get really crazy and hectic after the baby comes. Now's my only chance.
The timing isn't good at all, though. I wish you would consider me and the new baby a little bit more. It's totally irresponsible to be heading out on a trip at this time.
What do you want me to do? Rub your feet? Cook up pasta dinners for you? I've been doing all that and frankly, I'm getting a bit tired of it. I know pregnant women need to eat, but you've been really ballooning up. Like, I think you might have gone a bit overboard with the big appetite.
Are you insulting me? You know I need to eat extra to feed the baby, right? I guess you wouldn't know because you don't have a child growing in your stomach.
Geez, can't you take a joke? It's normal to gain a bit of weight, but... never mind.
Have you talked to your mother? It seems like your father isn't doing very well at all. His health is really suffering.
Yeah, I know. I talked to her.
So, you really think that now is a good time for a trip?
Between you and me, the sooner the old man croaks, the sooner I'll get that inheritance money. We've talked about how nice that money is gonna be for us. Maybe we can get that hot tub you've always wanted.
What? We've never talked about anything like that.
That's one of the reasons I booked this trip. It's quite a nice hotel. It even has champagne service.
I can't believe you. How can you be so inconsiderate? Your dad is not doing well at all and you're already thinking about money?
You and your mother keep telling me save money for the baby this, put aside money for the future that. Now's my only chance to spend a little on me. You understand too, right? It can't all be hard work, there's gotta be some play too. All work and no play makes Jimmy a dull boy.
That's selfishness. Where did that come from? You used to be so kind. To me, my mother, everyone. You've really changed lately. Taking an extravagant trip and staying in a nice hotel when your father is sick and you've got a baby on the way? I think you need your head checked.
You don't understand me at all. I'm the one earning the money which pays for the house, food, the car, everything. Where's the appreciation? Where's the respect? Is that too much to ask? After all I do for you, you just criticize me and complain that I'm doing the wrong thing. Don't you think a break is good? Work-life balance, remember?
I'm only criticizing you because what you're doing is completely out of line.
All right then. I don't think you'll ever understand my way of thinking. You tell me to think more of you, but I think you need to reassess your priorities. If we got divorced, you would be in a bad spot, Elise. Remember that, okay?
Unreal, Jimmy. You've honestly changed. I don't even know who you're going on this trip with. That's not shady at all.
I told you, that's not important. It doesn't concern you. Anyways, I just wanted to let you know I'm going, and there's nothing you can do to change my mind now. One more thing. Do you think you could lose some weight after the baby is born? I'm having a hard time finding you attractive with this extra weight.
Shut up. You've said enough. I'm not gonna let you go on this trip. I'm calling your mother.
The next day.
What? Did you shove me in the storage shed? The doors are locked.
I had to do it, Elise. I'm sorry, but you were just getting on my case too much. You would have never let me go on this trip.
Whatever. I don't care about that trip. Let me out of here, it's cold. It's gonna keep snowing tonight and might get dangerous. This is serious, Jimmy.
Yeah, well maybe you should have thought of that before you started calling me all those names. Inconsiderate, irresponsible. Those names don't feel nice, do they? And there's a window in there, right? It's insulated too, so it shouldn't be that bad. Just enjoy the lovely scenery as the snow falls.
There's not even a heater in here. This is nuts. You're nuts. I really can't believe you took it this far.
Well, just take the night in there to recollect your thoughts. Then, maybe when I come back tomorrow you'll be able to treat me a bit kinder. Like a husband should be treated.
Your reasoning is totally backwards. I really can't take this. You locked me in our storage shack with no heater, no food, nothing. I might die, literally.
Don't overreact, Elise, you'll be okay. Just take some time to think, and I really feel that you will come out of this with a better idea of all that I provide for our family. And hopefully a bit more respect for me. Remember, a good wife should follow and obey her husband. That's the way she learns how to act and behave in public. It's common knowledge.
All right, Jimmy. I'm thinking about what you've said, and I think I can understand. You just want a little more respect, and to feel appreciated. I understand that. That's a very normal human feeling. I can definitely relate. So, would you please just let me out of here? It's honestly getting really cold.
Huh? I just said I'm coming back tomorrow. You can take some more time to think about it. I'm already out the door. Actually, I'm pretty late meeting my friend. I should have been at the meetup spot ages ago.
Are you serious? You're really gonna leave me in this storage shed? What the hell is the matter with you?
Take your time to think and I'll be back by tomorrow. Okay? See ya.
No answer. Jimmy. This is not safe for the baby. Think about the baby.
A few minutes later.
Elise, how are you feeling? I know the due date for the baby is coming up, so I thought I should call. But I need to let you know that Robert is not doing very well. I think that it would be best if you and Jimmy came here tonight, just to see him. I sent a message to Jimmy, but for some reason he didn't answer.
Jane. Thank God. I don't have good reception in here, but I need your help. I'm in a storage shed outside of our house. You gotta get the key and get me out of here, quick.
What? Where is Jimmy? He's not with you?
No, he's not. He went on a trip. I'll tell you more later, just come.
What? You mean the shed outside? You'll freeze in there. What do you mean a trip? At a time like this? That's crazy.
Yeah. He was talking about the inheritance money. That's why he decided to spring for a high-class hotel. I actually don't know who he with. He wouldn't tell me.
Oh my God. My own son did that? I'm so sorry, Elise. I can't say how mortified I am to hear that.
Jane, my phone battery is gonna die soon. It's cold too, my fingers are already cramping up. It's hard to type messages.
I'm sorry, Elise. I'll be on my way.
Please come. I'll fill you in more later. My phone's gonna die.
All right, I'm heading right over now. I'll bring Tom too, he can help if we run into any problems. Is the gate open? We should be able to get in, right? Elise, are you there? Elise.
The next day.
I'm on my way back. After we talked yesterday morning, I didn't hear anything from you. What happened? I thought about it after. Locking you in the storage shed might have been going a bit overboard. I'm sorry about that. I just got a bit heated, that's all. How's everything going anyway? Were you able to think a bit about us? And, you know, how you need to respect me.
Get over to the house, Jimmy. Right now. We're all waiting for you.
Huh? Who's all waiting? Elise, what's going on?
This isn't Elise, Jimmy. This is your mother. I know what you did. Locking your pregnant wife in a storage shed. During a snowstorm, no less. What were you thinking about going away on a trip at this time? Honestly, I am out of words to say to you.
Mom? Why are you using Elise's phone?
Jimmy, you need to take responsibility for what you did. You really messed up this time, and I honestly don't know how you're going to get out of it.
Is everything okay with Elise? Nothing bad happened, right? And who's all gathered at the house? What happened?
Enough. Get over to the house now. I'll explain the situation to you after you get here. I'd rather not say it over the phone. The whole family is here, Jimmy. They know what you did. How you went on a trip right when your father was very sick. They all know how you locked your pregnant wife in that storage shed.
Listen, Mom, I have a good reason for all of this. You don't even know the full story. Don't go jumping to conclusions and giving everyone the wrong idea now.
Fine, when you're here, we can talk. Directly. Anyway, we are all waiting for you to get here. Come soon.
3 days later.
Elise, are you okay? I was really worried. I'm glad that everything turned out okay.
Huh? What do you want? Don't pretend to worry about me. I don't need your fake sympathy.
I'm not just saying it, I was really worried. I kept thinking about you, even after I went on that trip.
Oh, is that so? That's why you ignored those texts from me and your family? You must have been really worried.
No, I would have replied, just the reception was bad. I really wanted to, believe me.
Wow, your tune sure has changed. It's too late though. Perhaps if you really had checked your phone, you could have properly said goodbye to your father. You know that he passed away just hours after you went on that trip. You missed your final chance to say goodbye to him.
I know. I went to my parents' house and all of the family were waiting there. They were all really sad. Super gloomy atmosphere.
You don't seem too choked up about it.
Nonsense. I care a lot. Like I care about you too. By the way, how's the baby?
I told you, don't ask about me. How was your little getaway with Charlotte?
Huh? What are you talking about?
That's who you went with, isn't it? Charlotte Richardson, I think it was. When your father passed, your mother called the hotel to get a hold of you, and the hotel staff told her the name of your partner.
Why did she call the hotel? That's supposed to be my private trip. What is she doing butting into my business? Besides, it was a business trip. Charlotte is my coworker, and we were meeting customers there.
Oh yeah? So that's why you were saying I deserve to have some fun and I need some me time. Not to mention that champagne service. That really sounds like a lot of business.
You don't know, Elise. You weren't there. I did plenty of business.
It doesn't matter. We're getting a divorce.
What? You don't mean that, do you?
This past week, you really showed your true colors. I found out who you really are. Someone who is heartless and only cares about himself. Locking me in the storage shed, not picking up the phone calls from your family when your father was deathly ill? Unforgivable.
But you're pregnant with our baby, Elise. We are going to start a family, like we've always talked about.
Why would I want to start a family with a piece of garbage like you? You're dead to me, Jimmy.
Well, I admit that locking you in that storage shed might have been a bit overkill. I never thought that it would drop below zero either. That was a real surprise to me. So, like I said, I'm really, really glad you are okay.
It's too late to apologize. Your words are pointless. Anyway, I'm not even pregnant with your child anymore.
What? Did something happen to the child?
No. The baby was born. I'm not telling you where. You're not allowed to see it.
What? Why wouldn't you tell me something that important? Remember, that is my kid as much as it is yours. I deserve to know.
You deserve to know? Okay, why didn't you stick around to see the baby be born? Oh yeah, you were away cheating on me with your coworker. Not that I care. After this, we're done, and I am going to do my best to raise this baby. Alone.
What? As the father, I demand to see him.
It's actually a little girl. After the divorce goes through, you're going to need to pay child support. I've already got a list of other expenses that I'm going to have a lawyer look at. Raising a child as a single mother isn't easy, but it's better than raising her with you.
Elise, is this some kind of dark, twisted joke? Like, if this is true, I really can't take it. I need to see her. She's my daughter, for God's sake.
It's not a joke. This shouldn't even be a surprise to you. Your mother totally understands too. She's on my side in this.
My mother? Why is she even involved in this? You should have told me first.
Well, after you locked me in that shed, I had to ask your mother and brother to let me out. Luckily, they saved me before it got too freezing in there. But after that, I talked to your mother for a long time. We discussed the truly inconsiderate things you had done, and she decided to have you written out of the will.
What? Written out of the will? Stop it. What are you saying, Elise? That was supposed to be my inheritance money, but you had to go and mess with it. I'm really gonna get you back for this.
Is that a threat? Anyway, don't blame me. It was your family's decision. They decided as a group, as far as I know.
No, no, no. I have a right to that money. I am his son in blood. What the hell? How did it come to this?
The family came to the decision, and I think it is a fair one, considering what you did. Your mother also very considerately offered a small sum of money to me to raise the child. She was absolutely heartbroken by the whole situation. Which is totally understandable.
Elise, let's talk about this. This whole situation is getting way out of hand.
I don't want to ever hear your annoying voice again. You gotta go be alone for a long time and think about what you've done. Go live in that storage shed, you heartless troll. After giving birth to a beautiful baby girl, I contacted Jimmy's mother, who prevented Jimmy from going to the hospital and seeing the new baby. Then I decided to spend some time with my family. My parents helped me out a lot with the baby while I figured out where to go from there. Jimmy, on the other hand, was truly shocked by the fact he didn't receive anything from his father's inheritance. But what was worse was that, after this situation, his entire family alienated him by ignoring his calls and messages. Predictably, the woman who Jimmy had been seeing on the side found out that he had a wife and immediately left him. The rumor quickly spread around the office as well, leading to some pretty awkward months after his return from the whole fiasco. The atmosphere at his workplace, in fact, got so bad that he chose to quit and find a new job back in his smaller, rural hometown. There, he lived a lonely life, not being able to see either his young daughter nor his family, who had neglected him. It was almost as if he too were trapped in a storage shed of his very own.